Protoss ground attacks finishing up as well. Let's take a look at the army count. We currently have 45 roaches, 10 corruptors as far as combat units for Moon, and for the Protoss we have 6 Colossus, 20 Stalkers, 4 Sentries, and 12 Zealots. Naniwa's actually moving forward. We could see a big engagement here soon. Production tab. Upgrades everywhere. Spine crawlers, boar crawlers. What's awesome is Naniwa is actually getting a Templar Archives. For those of you who don't know, some of the newer players out there, that'll be for the High Templar and Storm ability. Storm can do massive amounts of damage to an area of units, especially if they're not microed. Now, I know Moon's a very fast player. He actually has a video on YouTube that's with an APM demonstration, but Storm can do incredible amounts of damage if placed correctly. Force Field's cutting this army in half. Corruption going down on the Colossus to make them take a lot of damage. These Corruptors are doing tons of damage, taking out those Colossuses. This is really bad for Naniwa. He's about to get surrounded, but actually the numbers of units for Naniwa are decreasing, but this army control for him is very good. Force fielding off this so he can't get surrounded by those roaches. Storm's going down. He's also getting Immortals out as well, and Moon is getting 13 Hydras to back up this army. Now Naniwa did lose a lot of Colossus in that matchup, but it seems like a fair trade. Moon did get the chitinous plating at first, but I saw it was canceled, so he does have an Ultralisk Cavern somewhere, I believe. Unless, yeah, there. Nope, that's a Roach Warren. I'm stupid. Hydras, where are you? Ultralisk Cavern? I lied. I think I lied. Sorry, audience. I lied. He does have an Infestor Pit with no upgrades, which is strange. That doesn't enable him to get the Hive. I swear he has to have an Ultralisk Cavern. Am I that dumb? I am that dumb. Engagement anyway. Oh my god, what am I doing? There's an engagement going on here. Taking down the third base. There are Templars out. Tons of damage being dealt here. All the pros are being pulled. Most likely he's going to send us to his newer expansions so that he can saturate those instead. I'm so sorry I missed the beginning of that fight. I'm so stupid. But we do have some Templar here. They do have enough energy. Storm is now finished. Oh, the timing on Storm was just a little bit late. He would have been able to do a lot of damage to that army if that Storm had was being researched just 10 seconds sooner. Time is so important in this game. It's one of the most valuable things that you have. A lot of newer players don't realize that some of the margins you get defeated with in this game, as far as time is concerned, are so thin. Just a couple seconds can make or break the game. Now it looks like what you can actually see here is Naniwa is favoring not to get the Colossuses anymore. Due to the amount of Corruptors out on the field, he doesn't want to risk just having them die. They wouldn't be very effective. He does have a lot of Stalkers now. Stalkers, Immortals, Zealots, Sentry, Templar. So he still has the ability to do a lot of damage. It's just a lot harder to kill these High Templar, because when you 1A your Corruptors into battle, they automatically are going to go after the Colossus. But these Templar are a lot harder to target down. There are a few Mutalisks. I think I saw them. Nope, there's no Mutalisks. I lied. Don't listen to me. Wait a second. No, that's their ground level 3 armor. I'm so silly. But as we see here, the army's engaging. Some Overlords getting sniped off. Banelings being dropped on the front of that army. Storm's going down, doing a bit of damage to the Roaches up front. The good thing about this for Moon is that Roaches are very resilient against Storms. That the Roach Burrow slash their regeneration that they get from doing so is incredibly effective at dealing with Storms. So it's actually not going to be that effective. He really wants to land those Storms on the Hydras, and if they can, because they're a lot weaker, they have less health, so it's overall more effective. Naniwa did take his 5th base, which is only his 4th at the moment. I assume Naniwa's going to re-expand up here, but Naniwa is approaching Moon's 5th. Rarely do we actually see the central expansion getting taken as of this one here and this one here. But Naniwa was able to snipe that 5th base. My nose is starting to feel all congested. This is bad for casting. Oh my god. Roach, Immortals taking a bit of heavy damage up front. They do absorb a lot of damage from those Roaches, which is good. The hardest thing is getting them up front, because often you see these Stalkers getting in the way. Doing a lot of damage with those Storms, tried to forcing them off, but it was a little bit of misplaced force fields. Storm's going down again, taking out a few Roaches. Banelings being dropped. Oh, the Storms are doing incredible amounts of damage. Oh my god. Archon's being morphed. Tastosis is in the fight. My favorite Archon. Immortals moving up. They don't do a lot of damage to Hydras, but this army, I don't know, this is close. But it doesn't look like Naniwa's going to take it out. These Archons do massive amounts of damage to Zerg units. because most Zerg units are biological and they do AoE splash damage, bonus damage to biological units. But the amount of reinforcing units is going to be able to clean this up. So Moon is pushing back Naniwa, who's now actually double expanding, re-expanding that base, and now also taking a 6 base down here. He has 2 classes out. I'm not sure if he's actually going to be able to defend this. Pulling up the units tab, 30 roaches to 18 stalkers, 4 colossus. We'll see. Those numbers are kind of vague. It all comes down to positioning here. These stalkers are going to do a lot of damage. He's able to defend this expansion, so he is going to be able to reclaim some expansions and build up an army. This is really good for Naniwa, the Swedish Protoss superstar. Sweden and Korea are have 2 of the biggest communities for esports. Korea is, well, of course, well known for their gaming, and of course, Sweden has a lot of big events. There's a lot of good players out there, like Thorzane, Naniwa, which is the Protoss we're watching now. Also, Jinro, who participates in the GSL over in Korea a lot. Let's go back to the production tab. Only a couple Banelings being morphed at the moment, some units. For the Protoss players, actually maxed. He has a 70 supply lead over the Zerg player, which is gigantic. Especially considering the Zerg player generally wants to be ahead, because Zerg, pound for pound, Zerg Protoss units will destroy Zerg units. You need to overwhelm as the Zerg. You need to be able to surround and keep the Protoss numbers down. When they have this giant death ball, it's self-explanatory what happens when you approach a death ball. But Protoss player engaging the Zerg here, dropping a storm didn't do too much damage, but I am feeling very confident in Naniwa's ability to clean this up right here. A lot of Bailey's being dropped. He's being a little bit careless. This Bailey did so much damage, dear lord. Oh my god, they did so much damage. But as I was saying, the sheer numbers of Naniwa is just going to overwhelm Moon here. GG from Moon. Wow. I think Naniwa got a little sloppy there at the end, losing so many stalkers to Moon's Banelings. But what it comes down to in the end is sometimes it's pure numbers, especially when you're this late into a game. Moon did not have enough to deal with just the amount of stalkers and immortals that Naniwa had. So good game. Now neither of these players unfortunately won the tournament. MLG Columbus, that did go to Slayers MMA. Sorry if that was any spoilers. Go ahead and look up the spoilers for the games for MLG. There was tons and tons of good games played, and I really encourage you watching them. I actually sat in my basement and hooked my computer up to a big HD TV and watched MLG all weekend. I love StarCraft. It's so awesome to watch. Great spectator sport, even if you don't play. I know a lot of people watch more than they actually play, but there's absolutely no problem with that. So thanks for watching. I appreciate you coming in and watching this game for me. I will be sending this into Golem TV for an application for a caster spot for Code A. If they accept it, fantastic. I'll be super excited. I would love for that opportunity. I'd love to travel the world. But again, thanks for watching and have a good one.